I will never forgive him. Maybe you've said those words. Maybe you've thought them 1,000 times. Maybe the idea of forgiving your ex feels impossible, insulting, like letting him off the hook for the pain he caused. He cheated, he lied, he abandoned your family, he gaslit you for years, he drained your bank account, he turned your kids against you, he destroyed the life you built together. Why should you forgive that? Why would you? Doesn't forgiveness mean what he did was okay? Doesn't it mean you're excusing his behavior, pretending the harm wasn't real? Here's what we need to talk about. Forgiveness isn't about him. It never was. Forgiveness is about you. It's about releasing the grip that resentment has on your heart so you can finally breathe again. It's about freeing yourself from the prison of bitterness so you can actually move forward with your life. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood concepts in divorce recovery: forgiveness. What it actually means, what it doesn't mean, why it matters for your healing, and how to work toward it even when every fiber of your being resists. Because here's the truth. Holding on to resentment doesn't punish him, it punishes you. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, how much longer do I want to carry this weight? Let's talk about forgiveness and why it might be the most powerful gift you ever give yourself. What forgiveness is not. Before we talk about what forgiveness is, let's clear up what it's not, because these misconceptions keep women trapped in resentment. Forgiveness is not saying what he did was okay. His behavior was wrong. The pain he caused was real. Forgiveness doesn't erase that or excuse it. You're not saying, it's fine, no big deal. You're saying, it happened, it was wrong, and I'm choosing to release my attachment to this anger. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. You can forgive someone and never speak to them again. You can forgive someone and still have firm boundaries. You can forgive someone and still protect yourself from further harm. Forgiveness doesn't mean giving them another chance or letting them back into your life. Forgiveness is not forgetting. You don't have to develop amnesia about what happened. You remember, you learn from it, you use that information to make better choices, but you stop replaying it on a loop. You stop letting it consume your thoughts and poison your present. Forgiveness is not weakness. It takes immense strength to forgive. Staying angry is easy. Holding a grudge takes no effort. Forgiveness requires courage, self-awareness, and a commitment to your own well-being over your desire for revenge. Forgiveness is not something you do for them. This is the most important one. You're not forgiving your ex to make him feel better or to absolve him of guilt. You're forgiving him to free yourself from the emotional prison of resentment. This is entirely about you. Forgiveness is not one moment. It's not a switch you flip. It's a practice, a daily choice. Some days you'll feel forgiving. Other days, the anger will resurface. That's normal. Forgiveness is a process, not a destination. So if forgiveness isn't any of those things, what is it? Forgiveness is releasing the resentment that's keeping you stuck. It's choosing your peace over your need to punish him. It's accepting what happened so you can stop fighting against reality. It's taking your power back by refusing to let his actions continue controlling your emotional state. It's freedom. That's what forgiveness is. The cost of unforgiveness. Let's talk about what happens when you don't forgive, when you hold on to the anger, the bitterness, the resentment. It consumes you. You wake up thinking about what he did. You go to bed replaying the betrayal. You see something that reminds you of him and your stomach clenches. You tell the story of what he did to anyone who will listen. You're stuck in the past, unable to fully engage with your present. The anger isn't hurting him. He's moved on. He's living his life. Meanwhile, you're the one carrying the weight of this resentment everywhere you go. You're the one suffering. It affects your health. Research shows that chronic resentment and anger increase stress hormones, raise your blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and contribute to depression and anxiety. Holding on to unforgiveness is literally making you sick. Your body is carrying the stress of your unresolved anger, and it's paying the price. It damages your other relationships. When you're full of anger toward your ex, it spills over. You're shorter with your kids. You're less trusting with new partners. You're more cynical with friends. You see betrayal everywhere you go because you're still living in the wound. The people in your present are being punished for crimes your ex committed in your past. It keeps you connected to him. This is the paradox. You think holding on to anger is protecting you from him, but actually, it's keeping you emotionally tied to him. Every time you rehearse what he did, you're giving him space in your mind and heart. You're letting him live rent-free in your head. Forgiveness doesn't connect you to him, resentment does. It stunts your growth. You can't fully move forward while you're anchored to the past. You can't build a new life while you're still living in the wreckage of the old one. Unforgiveness keeps you stuck in victim mode, unable to reclaim your power. This is what unforgiveness costs you: your peace, your health, your relationships, your future. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, is holding on to this anger worth what it's costing you? Rachel's story, from rage to release. Rachel hated her ex-husband with a passion that scared her. He'd had an affair with her best friend. He'd lied for months. He'd made Rachel feel crazy for suspecting something. When she finally discovered the truth, he left her for the other woman, didn't even try to work it out, just left. Rachel was consumed with rage. She fantasized about revenge. She told everyone who would listen what he'd done. She stalked his social media obsessively. She analyzed every photo, every post, looking for evidence that he was miserable. She wanted him to suffer the way she was suffering. 2 years passed. He seemed fine, happy even, got engaged to the other woman. Meanwhile, Rachel was still furious, still obsessing, still unable to move on. Her therapist finally said something that shifted everything. Rachel, you're giving him so much power over your emotional state. He's living his life. You're the one still trapped in this. Who's really suffering here? Rachel broke down because she knew the answer. She was suffering. He wasn't. Her anger wasn't punishing him. It was punishing her, and she'd been doing it to herself for 2 years. That's when Rachel started the work of forgiveness, and it was the hardest work she'd ever done. She had to stop telling the story of his betrayal to everyone. Every time she told it, she reinforced the neural pathways of anger. She kept herself stuck in victim mode. She had to stop checking his social media. Every time she looked, she fed the obsession. She blocked him, unfollowed mutual friends who posted about him, cut off the source. She had to grieve what she lost instead of staying angry about how she lost it. The anger was protecting her from the deeper pain underneath: grief, loss, heartbreak. When she let herself feel the sadness, the anger started to loosen its grip. She had to accept that she'd never get the apology she deserved. He wasn't going to wake up and realize he'd destroyed a good woman. He wasn't going to suffer consequences. She had to accept that injustice and stop waiting for karma to fix it. She chose her peace over her need to forgive. Every day, she made that choice. Some days were harder than others. Some days the anger came roaring back, and she had to choose again. But slowly, over months, something shifted. The rage cooled to anger. The anger cooled to sadness. The sadness eventually transformed into acceptance. She accepted what happened. She accepted that he hurt her. She accepted that life isn't fair. She accepted that she couldn't change the past. And one day, 3 years after the divorce, Rachel realized she'd gone an entire week without thinking about him, without replaying what happened, without feeling that familiar burn of resentment. She was free. Rachel told us, "Forgiveness didn't mean I thought what he did was okay. It didn't mean I wanted him back or trusted him. It just meant I stopped letting what he did control my emotional life. I stopped giving him that power, and that was the most liberating thing I've ever experienced."
So how do you actually do this? How do you forgive when everything in you resists? Step 1. Acknowledge that unforgiveness is hurting you. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Sit with this truth. Holding on to this resentment is damaging you more than it's damaging him. Get honest about what it's costing you. Step 2. Grieve what you lost. Often, anger is a shield against deeper, more vulnerable emotions. Beneath the rage is grief, sadness, heartbreak, disappointment. Let yourself feel those emotions. Cry, journal, talk to a therapist. Process the loss. Forgiveness becomes possible when you stop defending against the pain and let yourself actually feel it. Step 3. Stop rehearsing the story. Every time you tell someone what he did, you reinforce the narrative. You keep yourself in victim mode. You relive the trauma. You need to process what happened with a therapist or trusted friend, but there's a difference between processing and rehearsing. Processing moves you toward healing, rehearsing keeps you stuck. Step 4. Cut off the sources of re-injury. Stop checking his social media, stop asking mutual friends about him, stop engaging in conversations about him unless absolutely necessary for co-parenting. Every time you seek information about him, you reopen the wound. Create distance, emotional and informational distance. Step 5. Practice acceptance. This is the hardest part. You have to accept that what happened, happened. You can't change it, you can't undo it. You can't make him sorry, you can't make it fair. Reality is what it is. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It just means you stop fighting against what's already done. Step 6. Separate the person from the behavior. He did terrible things. That doesn't mean he's irredeemably evil. He's a flawed human who made selfish, hurtful choices. Seeing him as fully human, not a monster, makes forgiveness possible. You don't have to like him, you don't have to respect him, but you can acknowledge his humanity. Step 7. Focus on what you can control. You can't control what he did. You can't control whether he feels remorse. You can't control whether he faces consequences. You can control how much space you give this in your mind. You can control whether you choose peace or resentment. You can control your healing. Focus on what's in your power. Step 8. Practice daily. Forgiveness isn't one decision, it's many small decisions over time. You might wake up feeling forgiving and go to bed feeling angry. That's okay. Tomorrow you choose forgiveness again, and the next day, and the day after. Some days you'll backslide. Some days old resentments will resurface. That doesn't mean you've failed, it means you're human. Just keep choosing forgiveness. Step 9. Consider writing a letter you never send. Write everything you want to say to him. All the anger, all the hurt, all the ways he damaged you. Get it all out. Then burn it or delete it. You don't need to send it, you just need to release it. Step 10. Remember, forgiveness is for you. Whenever you resist forgiveness, remind yourself, this is for me, not for him. I'm not letting him off the hook. I'm releasing myself from the hook his actions put me on. This is self-preservation, self-love, self-respect. Maria's story, forgiving the unforgivable. Maria's ex-husband was emotionally abusive for 15 years. He controlled her, belittled her, isolated her from friends and family, made her believe she was worthless. When she finally found the courage to leave, he dragged out the divorce, used the kids as weapons, tried to destroy her financially. For years after the divorce, Maria was filled with rage, justified rage. He'd stolen 15 years of her life. He damaged her in ways that would take years to heal. He was still making her life difficult through contentious co-parenting. People told her she should forgive him and move on, and she wanted to scream, "Why should I forgive someone who's still actively harming me, who shows no remorse, who would do it all over again if he could?" Her therapist helped her understand something crucial. You don't have to forgive him to heal, but holding on to resentment is extending his abuse. He abused you then, your resentment is abusing you now. That reframe changed everything for Maria. She wasn't forgiving him because he deserved it. She wasn't forgiving him to be the bigger person. She was releasing the resentment because carrying it was continuing the damage he started. Maria's version of forgiveness looked different than Rachel's. She didn't reach a place of peace about what he did. She didn't stop angry that he wasn't held accountable. She didn't develop compassion for him or understanding of his behavior. She just stopped letting it consume her. She stopped giving him real estate in her mind. She stopped waiting for an apology or karma or justice. She accepted, this terrible thing happened to me. It was wrong, and I'm going to heal anyway. Not because he deserves forgiveness, because I deserve peace. Maria told us, forgiveness doesn't always look like peace and understanding. Sometimes it just looks like putting the burden down. I'll never be okay with what he did, but I'm okay with me now. I'm okay with my life now, and that's enough. She said forgiveness became possible when she separated it from justice. He should face consequences. He probably won't. Those are two separate things. She can want justice and still release resentment. They're not mutually exclusive. Maria's version of forgiveness, I accept that this happened. I accept that he won't be held accountable the way he should be. I accept that life isn't fair, and I'm choosing to heal anyway. I'm choosing peace over bitterness. I'm choosing my future over his past. That's forgiveness, even when the other person doesn't deserve it, even when they haven't apologized, even when they're still causing harm. It's choosing yourself. What about boundaries? Here's something important. Forgiveness doesn't mean dropping your boundaries. You can forgive your ex and still have strict rules about communication. You can forgive him and still refuse to engage beyond co-parenting logistics. You can forgive him and still protect yourself from further harm. Forgiveness is internal. Boundaries are external. They serve different purposes, and they both matter. Women sometimes resist forgiveness because they think it means they have to let their guard down. That's not true. You can release resentment while maintaining protective boundaries. In fact, forgiveness often makes boundaries easier to maintain. When you're consumed with anger, every boundary violation feels personal. When you've forgiven, you can enforce boundaries calmly without emotional charge. I've forgiven you for what you did in the past, and I still won't tolerate disrespectful behavior in the present. Both things are true. Forgiveness gives you the emotional freedom to protect yourself without anger, and that's powerful. For those who aren't ready, if you're reading this and thinking, I'm not ready to forgive, I don't want to forgive, maybe I'll never forgive, that's okay. Forgiveness can't be forced. It has to come from genuine readiness, and maybe you're not there yet. But here's what I want you to consider. Are you willing to explore whether holding on to resentment is serving you? Are you willing to examine what unforgiveness is costing you? You don't have to forgive today. You don't have to forgive next month, but stay open to the possibility that at some point, for your own well-being, you might choose it. And know this, forgiveness is not about him. It never was. It's about you reclaiming your power, your peace, your life. When you're ready, forgiveness will be there waiting, and when you finally choose it, you'll understand why everyone says it's the most freeing thing you can do for yourself.
Here's what I want to ask you today. Is forgiveness something you're working on? What does forgiveness mean to you? Where are you in this process? Share in the comments. Tell us if you've forgiven your ex, or if you're still working toward it. Tell us what's making it hard. Tell us what's helped. This is a safe space to be honest about where you are. Because forgiveness is deeply personal. It looks different for everyone, and there's no timeline, no right way to do it. But if you're carrying the weight of resentment and it's exhausting you, if you're tired of giving your ex power over your emotional state, if you're ready to choose your peace over your need for revenge, then maybe it's time to explore forgiveness. Not for him, for you. In our next video, we're finally doing it. We're diving into rebuilding your identity after divorce. Who are you when you're not his wife anymore? How do you rediscover yourself? It's time for that conversation. Until then, be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness is hard, it's brave, and it's worth it. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve to stop carrying this weight. And when you're ready, forgiveness is how you set it down.